Afternoon, everybody. Well, had a little thing go down in the, all right, it was an accident. We had an accident in the shop Friday morning, and it made a hell of a mess. Scared the living crap out of me for a few seconds. I had a 4-foot piece of unistrut being cut, and something that had been hung up under the bar or the blade or whatever got loose and busted these bearings, bent the shaft. I got this part fixed. I got to get some bearings for it. The blade had locked up, broke the blade, pushed the rubber off the wheel here. I could tell from the way it sounded something had shorted out. Back here in the back, when it kicked it off the table, it cut into the cord. It shorted, tripped the breaker on the wall. That's good. It flipped it off the table. Come down, got me on the leg and the foot. The bar ended up over there. It missed my head by a little bit. So I ain't thinking about them old darn bump caps. But anyway, that thing went down. It caused a whole bunch of damage. And I got to rebuild it. So the question is what I'm going to do for a saw. So my grandson came over, like I said, and he helped me out a lot over the weekend. Hadn't been for him, I wouldn't have got called up at all. But I went on YouTube, and we looked on YouTube and see what people were doing. And they were using drill presses. And these things like this right here, and they'd tie it to that, or they'd put a bar back there, or a piece of wood or something and tie to it. Or they'd mount it on the wall, or they'd have some kind of way of doing it. And what I want to do is went out into my scrap pile, and I had a friend give me an old drill press mill machine years ago, and it wasn't no good. The motor was burned up. You can't get no parts for it. It was made in China somewhere. But it had a good heavy base like a drill base. So I went out there and got that thing and dug it out. Went down to Home Depot, and I bought me one of these Milwaukee's. And they were on sale, and I said, well, shoot, I might as well bite the bullet and put out some real money. And I went down there and bought it. Variable speed, LED light. I went and got all this metal out of the scrap pile in the back. Piece of rebar made me a U shape. Had to adjust them to where it fit just the way I wanted. Put 110 volts on it. Ground wire connecting between them, and it's welded on the pot there. I got to get some of the plugs for the box. Got a spot that I can put a light on, 110 volt there. And then I wired in the switch, and the switch to me is backwards. Since this is pot metal and this is regular steel, metal grade steel, I wanted to make sure that I remembered how to weld it and do it. And it took a little bit, but I got it welded on. I remembered the techniques, and I got it done. Over on this side, you can look at it and see how I braced it. This came off a log splitter. These parts was an exercise machine, as I said. I made sure the blade stayed in the middle of the machine this time. I made sure that the weight is on it so it just don't flip over. It'll break the blade before it'll flip. And that's what I want, because flipping is what could have hurt me. And so I've safeguarded it. I took the advanced steps, and to be honest about it, I did a safety evaluation on it to see where it stood. I know, but it's something that I do, and I did. And I'm glad I did, because when doing this, I found 3 things that I needed to do before I could continue. Now, this is way too wide, and this is what caused the trouble on the old one. If I sit here and I take this, that's how wide it is. When you compare them, they're almost the same. So in the future, that could happen again, and I'm not going to let it. So I'm going to make a plate to go on here, or a table that will go all the way across and comes in from the front this way. And it'll be just as wide as this blade, where only the shavings go down, none of the bits. All right, we're gonna try to finish this in the next few days. I've already been using it to fix other things. Works good. Now I just gotta get it the way I want it. Y'all have a good day and be safe out there.